Hello, welcome to another edition of the Success Principles for Housewives, Stay-at-Home Parents. My name is Dr. Mrs. Blessing Ishomo, and I am a certified leadership coach, a family and sex coach, a certified trainer of the Success Principles online, and also a network marketing professional. I'm happy to share on this particular edition, day 48, something that would help you move faster and be successful with people. Today I was privileged to wear my leadership coach hat, training a group of mid-level management staff, and we're talking about people management, team formation, and as we discussed, I was sharing about what we're about to talk about today. One of the success principles that you must have if you want to succeed with people is for you to be here now. Listen. Now you see, I'm using my ears and I'm also using my hand. You know, instead of saying see, I'm saying listen. You listen with the ears, you listen with your eyes. So welcome and thank you so much for joining. There is this quote that started it. It says, you listen for 100 times, you ponder over something 1,000 times, you speak once. The art of listening is much more than hearing. How many of you, have those moments where you're on your phone and your child is trying to get your attention and the child is talking? Okay. What did you say? Or times where somebody's talking, as the person is talking. You know, what I am trying to say is, I've heard you. But what I am saying to you is, you actually were just waiting to share your points. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. But what I mean is, you didn't hear the person. Or you heard, but you didn't listen. So what does it mean to listen? When you hear, you just listen, you just hear with the ear and it goes in. But when you talk about listening, you are actively, attentively focused on the person. There is eye contact. You are watching the unspoken words. Someone says, you say, how are you? And the person says, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm cool. If you are observant, you notice the person is not okay. You listen to learn. So listening is not about you. It's about the person. Listening is you deciding to suspend what is interesting to you and making that person your focus. There's something that he shared in the principle about a photographer that would do his job and he's so happy he's done a good job, and then he comes back to the people that asked him to shoot all these powerful photographs from different sites, and they say, this is not what I want, and he gets upset and starts arguing. And after losing some very lucrative accounts, he decided, you know what, I will argue less and I'll listen more. When you listen to someone, there is something Stephen Covey calls it psychological air. When someone is drowning, all the person is thinking about is how to get out of the water or how to stop the water from going down. At that moment, nothing else counts. Nothing else is important. Money, friends, nothing. Just get me out of this situation. Emotionally, when they say psychological air, when someone is feeling that need to be heard, every other thing does not make sense except you give that person that opportunity to be heard. It's like someone suffocating as well. All that matters to that person that time is how to get the air to feel okay. So when you listen to someone and they feel like they've been heard, you just given the person psychological air. So what should you be? How should you relate with people? In my earlier years, I would, because I'm a people person, I love to talk. And I used to feel that I need to keep talking and talking and talking to keep the conversation going and to feel to be liked. Something in me feels if there is silence, they won't like you, start talking. And so I would want to share so many things. I want to talk and talk and talk to feel like I'm contributing. So it's what is described as you being interesting. So someone, you want them to feel, oh yeah, but really people want you to be interested in what is more important to them. Nobody cares what you've achieved. Nobody cares what you are. What they remember is how you made them feel. Are they happy that they had that encounter with you? And when I came into this coaching space, and one of the advice is the best gift you can give your clients or the person that you are working with is to listen. It's okay to be quiet. That was tough. It's okay to just ask questions and listen and feel what they are feeling. See through their eyes. Understand what makes them sad or happy. Be interested in them and not interesting to them. If you're working with people, this is something that is very, very important. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It doesn't end there. It comes with another question. Yeah, I know you're fine, but you don't look fine. No, I said I'm fine. Okay, so how did your day go last week? Over the weekend? It's okay. So what was one thing that you really loved that happened over the weekend? Not much. Was there something that was really annoying? Well, what will we do? We just survive. See, just one of someone you're trying to reach out and the person is just, if you genuinely care enough and you change your questions and you show that you are interested in what is going on with them, after a while the person will definitely just open, especially when there is trust. Sometimes people just poke nose into your affairs to take you out. And when people notice that you are a phony, like you are faking it, I'm sorry, that's the end. So develop the attitude of curiosity. Genuinely want to know about what makes people happy and what they are interested in. Some years back, I was discussing with someone that works, a colleague of my husband, and he called his name. And when he called his name, I said, are you from this particular side of the country? He said, no. I said, and your name is sounding like this particular part of the country. And he called another part of the country. And I said, wow, that's interesting. Would you mind sharing why you are called by this name? And then he said, that's just the abbreviation, that his name is a longer version. And he called the full name. And when he called the full name, wow, I immediately said to him, there is a history, there's a story behind this name. For the fact that I could understand or I knew the meaning of the full name. And I said, would you be kind to share the history behind your name, your full name? And he said his granddad had children, but they kept dying. And so when the granddad had his father, the granddad said, this one should not be lost. Oh my goodness, that day, it was really touching. As when he was done sharing, you could see he was a bit emotional, and he just smiled and looked at me and said, no one has ever asked me that question. Connection. You connect with people when you are genuinely interested in them, when you are genuinely wanting to know what will make them happy, when you are genuinely curious for their benefit. So if you decide to work on these two habits, be genuinely curious, and you ask questions, and you are interested in other people, and you are quiet to allow them talk and let them share about them. Have you noticed that everybody wants to talk about themselves? When a very good place to notice this is when you go for school runs, or where you see mothers that have little children and they are trying to say hello to each other. This one will say, my child it's a ballerina. The other one will say, do you know my child? Everybody's talking about their child. They're not asking about your child. So if you want to be very good at what you do, thank you so much for the likes and love. Become interested in active listening and asking questions that will bring answers. There's a story in the book, this particular principle, about an executive that was having struggles with the team not focusing on the right things, and the executive coach he had was asking him, so how do you start your meetings? He said, well, when he opens up with, this is what we want to do, this is what's expected of you, and that's how. So the meeting has always been like he's just giving them instructions. They've not really had the opportunity to share how they feel. And she said, just change something. When next you have your meeting, I just want you to ask them, what do you feel is happening in this department, in your department? How do you feel? What do you think we could do better? And how do you want me to help? He said he tried that, and his team went on and on and on. He got from that one meeting what he had not gotten in all his years as an executive. People will talk if you allow them, and people will feel safe to give you the answers if you make the environment safe for them. And you cannot have a strong team, a super team, a performing team, if they don't feel heard, and they don't feel like they have a stake in it, and they don't feel like they matter. As a parent, if all you do with your children is go to your room, clean up this place, and no time to even hear about their fears, their concerns, the same thing, no relationship. So think upon these things, very important. Jack Canfield gave 3 or 4 questions that he got from a program he did with Dan Sullivan, and he said he tried it on his sister, these questions, and you were just to ask the questions and listen, and that was what he did. So he asked the sister, in the next 3 years, if we meet in the next 3 years, what would you have done that will make you happy concerning your progress? Hey, welcome. Thank you so much, Lebari. Thanks for joining. Yes, listen to the unspoken words, the body language. Very, very important. In fact, that is almost over 80%. The body language, more than what they are saying, the non-verbal communication. And he said, if you ask these 4 questions, the first one is, what would you have done in the next 3 years? What would happen for you to be happy about your progress? And let the person talk. So we've met after 3 years. What happened within these 3 years that you are now so happy with where you are right now? It forces people to think, Oh, I would have achieved this, I would have become this, I would have gotten to this point in my business. And then the next question is, what were the biggest dangers that you had to deal with, you had to face? Oh, I had to get the marketing done, I had to be more vocal, I had to ask for the sales. These were the things I did that made me go to this. And then the third question is, what were the opportunities that you took advantage of that made it possible for you to be this successful 3 years later? Oh, I did this, I called this person, I connected with it, I saw this ad and I worked on it. The person begins to talk. It's almost like a coaching session. And then the last one, what were the strengths you maximized, the things that you were good at, that you did, that helped you? And what were the skills and resources that you didn't have, that you had to work on or acquire to be able to achieve those goals? What you've just done is to help the person go through the things that the person will start doing now, and in the next 3 years, the person would be where they want to be. It's almost like reverse engineering. Oh, right now I'm earning this amount of money. What did you do 3 years ago to get to where you are? The same thing you do for your future. You can try it with everybody. You can do it for yourself. And you can also share with your family and friends. Get good at asking questions and ask your clients the same questions. Because when you do that, people would just those 4 questions, they're already very happy. They feel like they've gotten clarity on what they want to do, and you would be able to sort out those you want to work with, and they would have that respect for you. Jack Canfield said he did it with his sister. He didn't say anything, and after the 4th question, she was beaming, she was smiling, she was so happy. She said she now knows what to do, and off she went. He felt a deeper connection with her. The same thing with you. Please go back to the Success Principles by Jack Canfield and go to Success Principle 48 and go through this being present, be here now, and get as much as you can from this amazing success principle. And today I would love you to look at all that we've been looking at and think on how you can work on your mindset. Everything starts from there. It's first a mindset thing. Let go. Just surrender. Just become the one that is cheering on others and listening to others and wanting the best for them. You will succeed. So we'll be putting our links down if you want to join the inner circle, and if you want one-on-one coaching, you want to learn more. We have a goal of getting 1,000 people achieve their goals this year. Look forward to having you join us. Thank you so much for today. Tomorrow by 9 p.m. West African time, we will be coming up with another success principle. Bye for now.